I made a door there. Party.
All the people's on the front to the back.
Party.
To the back.
Party.
All the people's on the front to the back.
Party.
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 All the people's on the front to the back.
Party.
All the people's on the front. All the people's on the front. All the people's on the front to the back.
Party. Who's ready? Let's get this show started.
Not gonna lie, my headphones weren't even on, and I heard you like saying and talking, and I was just like, oh, wait, he's talking. All right, well, let's get the show started.
That was when we were on the.
Distance learning.
Well, here we are.
Well.
You are now watching Distance Nerding,
He's young Phil.
He's Fours.
and he's Jamez 5000.
And
We're here to nerd together.
Oh yeah, we nailed that.
Nailed it. We're talking about anything pop culture, movies, food, music, wrestling, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it.
Well, guys, you got to follow us on all the social medias that exist: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Linktree, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. Guys, how you been? How's everything going?
I mean, it's episode 101, chapter 101.
Yeah, we're gonna put on a clinic tonight, right? Just showing everybody the 101
Exactly.
how to do all this stuff.
The 101 of how to do a podcast sick. Done.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Right. Doing a podcast with the flu 101. There we go.
You show up. The show must go on.
Every time.
Exactly.
I mean, we have Fours here. I mean, this guy's podcasting and doing shows like in a foot deep of alligator water in Florida. So,
Which is why I nerd from a distance.
Exactly.
You guys see that? He's nerding from a distance. Of course, that banner gets in the way. There we go.
Still there. Still.
His name is.
We got to work on positioning, but that's good. That's. What's up, Tater 88? What's up, Tyler? How's it going, buddy?
I like how he's like, "What's up, Tater 80?" Oh, Tyler, what's up?
Yeah.
Because we don't know our audience.
Exactly. Well, usually, I mean,
you're a tater, right?
Tyler doesn't normally chime in. He normally is from the distance, over the fence, listening to the show.
Yeah, he's what was the neighbor's name on Tim the Toolman Taylor? What was?
Wilson.
Wilson. He's our Wilson.
Tyler Wilson. Tyler Breaker. Tyler Wilson.
Tyler Breaker. Anyways, guys, this week on deck, we've got the Downlod.
We say goodnight to a generation's dark night.
Oh, you know I'm going to cry. And starting rumors.
Is Ryan Reynolds coming to Star Wars?
I mean,
one could hope.
Exactly. Let's hope that is a thing. But before we get into all the crazy fun stuff,
But first,
let me get a shout out.
Shout out to Poddex. In fact, this episode is brought to you by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster, an existing broadcaster, podcasters on episode 101, looking to grow your audience, get more engagement, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Super cool starting questions, like conversation starting questions in the palm of your hand. Use code nerding10 for 10% off the decks themselves. And there's so many different themes of these decks. It's amazing. I always talk about our boy Jester G. He has a wrestling deck. So he has wrestling questions just on a wrestling in pod decks itself. Which, if you want to see all the decks, download the app for pod decks, and I think it's like $40 a year.
$40 a year.
$40 a year, and you get access to all the decks. How cool is that? I dig that.
It's super awesome.
Yeah, and don't forget, use code nerding10, get that 10% off. All the decks, all the merch, all the coffee mugs, all the hats. Are you wearing a shirt? Let me jump back. Are you wearing the shirt? You're wearing the shirt.
I actually am wearing a pod deck shirt right now. Hold on.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Look at you with the brand recognition.
This actually is a pod decks, some pod decks merch. So
there it be. Look at you. Hope you use code nerding10.
I absolutely did. Actually, I think, James, you got me the shirt.
I know I did. You're welcome.
But, we're wondering, because Phil has the flu right now, but still, how does he have all this damn energy? I'm going to tell you guys right now. It's because Phil uses Dubby. Wait, right there. Yeah, Dubby. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Guys, find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg and use that code NERDING10 to get 10% off your order. It is delicious. We're about to talk about it here in a second, but at the film festival this weekend, we had everybody trying out the Dubby, and they were loving it.
Oh, that's cool. I dig that. I didn't know you were handing it out at the Violet Film Festival.
Yep.
Speaking of, who's got it in their voice?
Oh no, I'm giving this one to Forrest. Forrest, you announce this one for us.
It is time for. Wait a minute, Master Roshi's in the house, and it's time for the Geekend Update. Woohoo!
Oh, that's so good.
Awesome.
We're gonna have copyright infringement.
Oh yeah, no. Well, we've been dealing with that for a while. I mean, I'm pretty sure Disney wants to take us down because everything. What are you guys talking about? Are we having fun today?
All right. The 5th annual Violet Film Festival happened this past weekend down in Merced, California, bringing Hollywood to the Central Valley for one epic night. We had Distance Nerding live there at the event. We had Kyber Cave there. We had Twilight Nights were there. Oh my god, it's been so cool. So
let me throw this out there for anybody that missed it, and this video is going to pop up at some point this week. But Twilight Nights, they were doing their thing. They had, they're basically fencing with lightsabers, right? And they have these matches on stage. Kyber Cave's own David got really antsy. He used to do a lot of these fights, and he challenged somebody from Twilight Nights on stage.
What?
And they ended up having an impromptu duel.
Nice.
Why was I not told of this?
You'll see it in the video, man. But it was awesome. It was funny because shout out to Ben Sue, the guy who runs Twilight Nights. I asked him, hey, David wants to challenge one of your guys. He goes, does he have a mask? And he's like, no, but he said he doesn't need one. He goes, okay, it's on him then.
Oh,
wow.
Oh my goodness. But what? So tell us about the show, young Phil. So you were there. What time did you get there? What started it off? Yada yada.
So we got there around noon for setup. The show started around 4:00. And I mean, we were just kind of. I was hosting, so for the most part, I was just really announcing.
Oh, hosting the event?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you had different. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So I was announcing the blocks and kind of we were talking about introducing the performers and everything like that. And then the second intermission, I ended up doing trivia and giving away a bunch of prizes.
Ooh, fun.
And the theme the entire time was, should I give away another prize? Because James is going to kill me if I give them all away. And I didn't give them all away. Just be happy to know that I didn't give away all of our prizes, but I wanted to. I almost did.
How come you didn't give away that half drank bottle of Mountain Dew Fruit Quake from last week.
That's still sitting on my table that I have not finished drinking because it's nasty.
And note, ladies and gentlemen, there is no growth in that bottle. There's no morph. There's no degradation. It is literally the exact same, which should tell you just how horrible it is for you.
I wish there's smell-o-vision so you guys could smell this. It is.
Oh gosh.
It smells like Christmas and death.
Mm.
I mean,
So
It's
it
a
smells like
Christmas
the
Carol.
Nightmare Before Christmas, basically.
No, I was gonna say, have you guys seen the trailers for that movie Red Christmas that's coming out?
Not yet.
The one where Hopper plays Santa Claus and he basically or Violent Night is what it's called.
yeah, Violet
Oh,
Night.
jeez.
Yeah. So I think it smells like Santa Claus after he's been beaten to death.
Yes.
Combination of like Yuletide spirit and blood.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So that would make it a Yule Red Tide, right?
A Yule Red Tide. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call that here.
So you were hosting the most of the time, so I didn't know that. So, but can you tell us what like the red carpet looked like, or there were vendors and stuff, right? Too.
Yeah, I mean, so for the most part, the vendors that were there were Twilight Nights and Kyber Cave.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I know Chris was saying Chris Velasquez, who is the guy that puts on the show, was saying that he the very first show they put on, they had lightsaber, like they had like duelists that were there.
Okay.
And that left an impression on him, and he had always wanted to do it again. So he actually hit me up and was like, "Do you know anybody that knows how to duel?" And I was like, "I don't, but I know a guy who knows everybody." So I hit up Ark, got them in contact. Originally, it was just supposed to be like I was setting up a text message between him and Ark, and I ended up saying in the text message. Then they added Twilight Nights to it, and it was like 2 weeks before the shows when I realized, James hasn't been in this chat the entire time that we've been talking.
Yeah, I honestly didn't know what was happening, but that's all good. It sounds like it was a good event.
Yeah, and I mean, we had a lot of fun. So Kyber Cave recorded the entire thing, the entire performance and everything. So we're going to be getting that as soon as they get it up online.
Sweet. And then there was number of films being shown. How'd that work?
Yeah, so there was a whole bunch of films, some international films. They're all short films or some animated ones, and I mean, they're pretty good. Like we didn't get to watch all of them because we were pretty much working behind the scenes most of the time.
Right.
But the ones we did watch were good. There was one right before the end of the show that we watched that was so picture 2 Disney princesses that work in the parks. And it's like after they get off of work, they're at a bar. And basically, like, just talking about how much they hate being Disney princesses, but then also giving each other pep talks on why they need to just put on their wigs, fix their makeup, and continue doing what they're doing. And I guess there was like a couple of there's a couple girls that Chris says he knows that are actually Disney princesses that at the parks that watch that, and they said that like it's exactly how they feel.
Oh my gosh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, because like part of it was like, they were talking about like, weekend dad that is a hornball and just like gropes one of the princesses because he can, and she's just like, I'm just tired of this, BS. Like I just have to take abuse because it's, expected of us. And she's just like, fix your wig, put your makeup on, and do it for the kids. Don't do it for them.
That sounds like the beginning of like a super funny sitcom or like dark comedy.
That's kind of like the way it felt, was like it was more of a dark comedy than anything.
Reality is the best sitcom of them all.
Right. Well, that's good. I'm glad the show was good. I'm super excited to check out the Kyber Cave versus Twilight Nights, but also the Kyber Cave versus Twilight Night. Don't tell us what happened. Don't tell us what happened.
Well, I'm not going to throw that out there. I'm just saying, David's a beast. Just exactly what Ark said in the chat. David is a beast.
There you go. That's awesome. So now that that's behind us, I wish I could have won. That would have been so much fun, but being sick is no fun. Hopefully I won't be sick in a couple weeks when we're going to LA Comic Con.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't wait for LA Comic Con. Dude.
We had so much fun last year at LA Comic Con. So much fun. December, what is it, 2nd through the 4th?
Second through the
Dying.
4th. Jackie just walked in. She goes, "Hey, you should rename the show Distant Sicky."
Oh, props to La Jack.
Look at the humor that's happening.
Props to La Jack.
Yeah. LA Comic Con is happening Los Angeles Convention Center the 2nd through the 4th of December. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It looks good again. Like last year, we saw Giancarlo Esposito and Ming-Na Wen. They did a panel together.
Right.
That was awesome. They're coming back to do another panel. Then on top of that, we got the Shat is going to be there.
One of my all-time heroes is going to be there.
Right. William Shatner is going to be there. Elijah Wood, wow. Sean Astin, Charlie Hunnam, he was in
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Like all like the boys cast is going to be there. It's kind of crazy.
When I said hero, Rob Paulson is going to be there. If you guys don't know who Rob Paulson is,
Yakko Warner is going to be there.
Warner, man. What made me laugh is the way they're advertising him is that he's Carl Weezer, and it's like, yeah, he did play Carl Weezer, but he's also Raphael from the original Raphael from Ninja Turtles. He's also Yakko Warner. He's also Dr. Scratch and Sniff. He's also Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. Like he's been in every major cartoon you've ever listened to. You know who he is? He's Snowball in Rick and Morty.
My God, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, God, Brain. Brilliant. Nerf.
Pinky, man. I'm gonna give you that.
Who else is gonna be there? Will Wheaton, LeVar Burton,
Will Wheaton,
Tom Kenny is gonna be there.
Oh, SpongeBob.
SpongeBob is gonna be there. Super excited about that. And you know who? I'm excited for this one. Simu Liu is gonna be there.
Yes.
I'm down. I'm so down for this.
I need more Simu Liu, dude. Like, I mean, like, it's awesome that he is a superhero, but I need him in more properties.
Exactly. He's just got signed to that new Amazon one. I can't remember the name of it. It's like something about like 7 Wonders or something like that. But
that's right. Yeah.
So that one's coming as well. But yeah, he'll be there. He'll probably talk about that a little bit. I hope we're going to be able to get to do some interviews. So we got to roam around last year. We got to meet some great people. We got to take pictures with a ton of great cosplayers. Young Phil got to go on stage with Rob Liefeld. So it was such a great time. Such a great time.
That's why anytime you guys hear me talk about my Deadpool costume, it's Liefeld approved, and that's a big deal.
Exactly.
By the way, shout outs to Ability TV in the chat right now.
Yes.
John?
Shout outs to John.
Mm-hmm. Our boy John from the Kyber Cave.
Very cool. Thanks for jumping in. Okay. Are we ready for it? Are we ready to get into it?
I'm ready for it. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
You ready for it, Forrest?
Freak yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's do this thing.
Because, guys, it's time
For the download.
Check out the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook for all the trailers, all the reactions, all the rumors, all the chatter, all the jokes, all the inappropriate jokes that we normally say.
Oh, yeah. The jokes that we throw in there.
Are all posted in the Distance Nerdington post on Facebook. It's a group. It's our group. So, come be part of us, talk to us, have fun, let's have a good time and talk nerdy with each other.
Oh, yeah. Talk nerdy to me.
But I got
Speak
some bad
sweet
news.
nerdings to me.
Oh, yeah. No, we're just starting off with a chock full of bad news today.
I know.
So bear with us as we slowly destroy the mood.
We'll get through it together. Looks like we've smashed our last watermelon.
Damn, I was gonna say I have something before we jump into this. This is my sentiment right now. This is how I feel.
Why?
I know. We'll get through this. We'll get through this. All right. Gallagher, stand up and prop comic known for smashing watermelons on stage as part of his act, has passed away. The comedian has been in poor health for quite some time and passed away while under hospice care in Palm Springs. Oh my gosh. I totally remember Gallagher. Do you guys remember Gallagher?
No,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, didn't Gallagher pass on his shtick? Wasn't there somebody else that was performing as Gallagher?
His brother.
Okay.
His brother did it. So Gallagher has always been Gallagher, but then this is still back like in the 70s when rumors became truths, became rumors, became truths, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, his brother ended up like taking part of his act on the road and becoming like Gallagher 2. It's so crazy that worked. And he's just like, all right, well, just take my jokes. Here's my extra sledgehammer. Go.
So
they
like,
just
go ahead and beat up this fruit. And you're
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
It's so crazy. So crazy. So yeah, I mean, he was on Carson. So I think he was on Carson a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And that's when like Carson was big. And if you wanted to get over in the comedy world, you go on Carson. And as soon as Carson goes, you know what? Why don't you come sit on the couch? That means you're over as a comedian in the comedy world.
This guy's pretty funny.
And he brought Gallagher over, and that was it. From then on, it was like theater shows after theater shows, and people ate up the whole smashing watermelon thing.
This is a funny guy, isn't he? Yes. Okay, there you go.
There it is. He had 17 comedy specials released, 11 between 1980 and 87. He also performed small roles in a handful of films. He was on Celebrity Big Brother, Hollywood Squares. Oh my gosh, so crazy. He did so much back in the day. So that's sad that Gallagher passed away.
Yeah, man.
Now, I do not know if his brother is alive or has passed away. So I don't know. We'll have to follow up with that story, because what if his brother's like, all right, well, I guess I'll just keep the show going.
Well, because I had heard that they had started selling the entire act, and there's been like lookalike artists that have been like that have had the rights to Gallagher's act and have been acting as Gallagher since.
Well, that was his brother, but when they first did it, they sold it as Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it was just his brother being like, I'm gonna go make money because I look like him and I know his act. I don't know if it was like hey brother, go take my act and go do it. But later on it became Gallagher too. So it was a little crazy.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Okay. All right. Everybody got their box of tissues?
Oh God, I'm not ready at all. I wasn't ready for it when it happened. I
can't revisit this.
Okay, real quick. Let's say what's up to Mitchell. Who's Mitchell? What's up, Mitchell? All right, look at that.
Hold on, Mitchell. Oh, Mitchell. Reyes.
Mitchell.
What's going on, Mitchell Reyes? How you doing, man?
We're all gonna cry together because Gotham will never be the same. Oh,
Stop it.
this one hurts. Okay. Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman in Batman the Animated Series, has passed away at the age of 66 years old.
Too freaking
That's young.
Yeah.
That's young, right? Yeah, that's young.
Very young.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. So from 1992 to 1996, Kevin Conroy voiced Batman, and he continued to do so in close to 60 additional projects. He's like so many people's Batman. Like
Yeah,
we talked.
Mine.
He's my Batman. Okay,
My Batman.
Kevin, and I've made this argument. If you want to go back, like further to like the beginning episodes of Distance Nerding, me and Aaron Watson did a top 10 Batman, right? Like Batman actors.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got to number 1, my honorable mention, because the critique at the time, or like the what it had to be, was that it had to be like a live action Batman, which at the time he hadn't played in in the Arrowverse yet, in the Crisis on
Mhm.
Earth crossover, but like that had to be a live action. And my number one was Kevin Conroy as an honorable mention, because it was like, if I go and read a comic book right now, it's Kevin Conroy's voice that's in my head as Batman.
Exactly. Thank you.
You know, it's the same thing. Like anytime that my bar for Batman is Kevin Conroy.
Mm-hmm.
If you were young enough where when like Batman with Michael Keaton came out and it was a little too old for you. So if you were like a 90s kid, like Kevin Conroy is your Batman whether you knew it or not, because
Mm-hmm.
Batman in the animated series plus all all the Arkham games, the DC supervillains game by Lego, Injustice. Oh my gosh, Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Because he was in Injustice, but I mean the Arkham series is probably one of the biggest ones.
Right. Exactly. So he's pretty much everybody's Batman. And all these shifts of like, Keaton to Christian Bale to, what's his name? Batfleck. All those happen and the arguments always happen, but everybody's always like, yeah, Kevin Conroy. Yeah, that's Batman's voice. That's Batman's voice.
Yeah.
So he's passed away. Oh, it's so iconic, just like Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And who's that?
Peter Cullen.
Peter Cullen. The day Peter Cullen passes away, I'll cry too.
The fact that he was used in those movies was the most intelligent decision ever made in the history of movie making.
Oh yeah.
There was no other voice you could choose for Prime. You couldn't. And the fact that they got him, genius.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I felt about. There should have been a Batman Beyond live action, and he could have done it.
Well, now they're saying Keaton is if anything gonna play Bruce in Batman Beyond,
and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
that's okay. Yeah, you're right. I'm okay with that. That's cool. I mean,
the only other iconic actor out there would be like Frank Welker, and if Welker ever passes away, then I mean, that's another,
the death of Fred,
the death of everything, man. I mean, Welker has played every character in your head. Every villain in the 80s was voiced by Welker.
He was Mr. Hanna-Barbera too.
Yeah. I mean, the other big thing is like with that, like we're talking Transformers. Welker played Megatron
in the original Megatron.
Right. And then he ended up playing Megatron in the later movies when they brought him back. He also played Galvatron.
Mm-hmm.
And he played Soundwave. So, I mean, like,
yep.
Which he did in the cartoons. So,
but going back to Kevin Conroy, like as I watched the animated series and then they started putting out the a little bit more adult oriented like DC animated movies.
Yeah.
Whenever like Batman would come on and it wasn't Kevin Conroy, I'd be like, wait a second.
The freak is this?
Who's this guy? That's not Batman.
And
that's not my animated Batman.
What's funny is most of the time, and this is where I say that Kevin Conroy is the bars. Most of the time, everybody who portrayed Batman in any animated series after that was basically voice matching Kevin Conroy.
Mm-hmm. They were.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it went from, let me think, 90s, early 90s. It went from like Adam West to Michael Keaton to Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you count the Super Friends in there, but I'm just thinking like where the dark tones, the almost monotone voice of Bruce Wayne and Batman, it kind of started with Kevin Conroy, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, if you listen to Kevin Conroy talk about like how he approached Batman, because he said he wasn't a big fan of Batman when he got the role. And what happened was when he read the script, he looked at it and he realized, well, this guy's facade is Bruce Wayne. Batman is who he is. So he used his regular voice when he was Batman, and then he toned his voice up whenever he played Bruce.
Oh, that's so interesting. That's cool.
So it's the opposite of what most people do, is where they're themselves when they're Bruce Wayne, and then they tone down when they're Batman. Kevin Conroy did the opposite. He used his regular voice as Batman, and then he toned himself up when he was Bruce.
That's so smart. So smart.
Mm-hmm.
Conroy also appeared in several films and TV shows, including Search for Tomorrow, Dynasty, O'Hara, and Tour of Duty. Oh my gosh. He's also been on Cheers, Matlock, and Murphy Brown. So he was an actor.
Oh yeah, dude. He was the thing was he was a thespian actor. That was the whole
Yeah.
reason that they wanted to cast him as Batman was because they felt like they needed somebody who had gravitas to be Batman, and they were like, we have to get a Shakespearean actor to play Bruce, to play Batman, and Kevin Conroy was a perfect pick for it.
Yeah. Man, that's so sad. So sad. All right, let's keep going. He will be missed.
Oh, absolutely.
Every day.
All right, as Gotham City and the rest of the DCU look towards the future, James Gunn and Peter Safran have been hard at work trying to figure out and plan the future of DC as DC Studios. So, what this boils down to is like Gunn said, the opportunity to make DC as great as it can be and as it should be, that is the reason why I'm doing this job, because I know Peter and I can do it. We spent the past couple days with a group of some of the best thinkers in the industry, the best writers in the industry, starting to map out the 8 to 10 year plan of what it's going to look like in theater, TV, animation, and across the board for these characters. I just wanted to bring this story in just because, we just lost Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
We got the announcement of James Gunn and Peter Safran taking over DC Studios now. And now they're mapping out this 8 to 10 year plan, knowing James Gunn and Safran are only there for only 4 years at the minimum.
Right.
But they're mapping out an 8 to 10 year plan. So I don't know. What do you guys think about like the state of DC right now?
I think James Gunn is like perfect for this, just because with James Gunn at the helm, he understands kind of how Marvel does its thing, and he knows like, okay, we need to make a road plan for what's going on or what needs to happen, what movies need to come into play, and everything like that. And then on top of that, he's looking at projects that that the fans want, rather than just like, hey, what do I think should be coming here? Like he's been asking the fans, like, what is it that you guys want for us to put into this? And I'm sorry, Forrest, I cut you off. Go ahead and say what you were gonna say.
No, you have an extremely good point. One piece of advice that I would give in regards to this is keep your freaking eyes off of Marvel. Don't worry about what Marvel's doing.
Right.
The current phase of Marvel is not Marvel Phase 1. We are in a completely different social structure right now. The humor is different. The type of jokes and who we are and are not trying to offend, that whole thing is completely different with Marvel. A lot of people take issue with the subject matter that Marvel produces, and DC has always done DC. Always. DC has always been dark ever since they started with their basically since they got out of the 80s. DC's been dark.
Right.
Their comics in the 90s were dark. I mean, for crying out loud, dudes, they killed Superman. They killed Superman. I mean, DC does not have to change its formula. They really don't. DC has always told fantastic stories. It's never really been for kids, young kids. And looking at Marvel right now, DC really does not have to start telling those type of jokes or trying to impress any particular social or political class. DC's just going to do DC. And the most perfect example I can give would be the current season of Titans. It's just dark. They do what they do. HBO Max is on it. Stick with it. Stick with the formula. They have an 8-year plan or 8 to 10 year plan. Keep your eyes off Marvel. Keep your eyes on the prize. Do what you've always done. Stick with the formulas that have worked. Be true to your comic book stories. Pick and choose wisely. Make your fans happy. And you're not gonna have problems.
I think that James understands that. James Gunn. I think he understands that. And the reason
I understand it too, but yes.
The reason I say that is because examples are, look at what he did with Suicide Squad and then Peacemaker. Like he understands it doesn't have to be the same thing that Marvel is. He can make something completely different and completely out of the box. 2 announcements that he's made. One of them we're going to talk about in rumors later, so I'm going to save that for that. But then he posted a picture on his Twitter this morning of Mr. Terrific, because it's just like, oh yeah, we're a Mr. Terrific movie, and it's like, that's a big deal because he's a lesser known character, but he's also a character that people who are familiar with DC will know Mr. Terrific, and he's a badass character.
Yeah. I could actually steal a line from Marvel to speak for DC right now. Look to the 90s, look to the comic books, look to the stories. It's how Dad did it, it's how America does it, and it's worked out pretty well since then.
Right.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, I'm excited. There was a little bit of rumor today that as they're building this 8 to 10 year plan, they're gonna not consolidate things, but it's gonna be one cohesive story. I don't want to say one universe because it could be a multiverse, because technically DC is a multiverse now, no matter what. But it's going to be one complete story instead of, I think Zaslav said it today, where he's just like, moving forward, we're not going to have 4 different Batmans at the same time. We're going to get rid of that.
Right.
We're going to tell one story. I'm like, oh, okay,
That'll work.
You be you. But interesting, huh? Right? Like 8.
Very.
I think this is honestly what we've been asking for, right? As like comic book fans, movie fans, nerds, is like, hey, DC, get your act together, move forward, have like a vision, like, you know, kind of like what Marvel does, but do it your own way. I think they're doing that. So
I think they just needed somebody who knew how to do it in a way that made sense. Like, you know, having Gunn and Safran in the helm makes a lot of sense because they know how to tell these kinds of stories.
Yeah.
You know, especially Gunn, he knows how to tell comic book stories over a length of time. So
I think that what you're saying, just to piggyback off what you're saying, it's not just like tell comic book stories and like take the comics and use them as like the scripts, but like picking and choosing, sifting through what works, what doesn't work, what's the through line for the story,
right,
and then bringing that to the screens and tell that story together. Because Guardians, like, we wouldn't know it just by watching the movies or the shows, but like Guardians in the comics looked way different.
Oh yeah,
than what we ended up getting, you know. So he kind of sifted through it all, grabbed the right storylines, put it together. I think that's what's key for DC.
Yeah, and what I liked about what James Gunn did was, like in the second movie, he you know, he starts giving hints from the original Guardians like cast from the comics, you know. So he brings in Star Fox, he brings in or Starhawk, sorry, he brings in Starhawk. He has I mean, we already had the relationship between Yondu and
Lord.
that. But then like going into like the post credit scene at the end is the you know, when they're all mourning Yondu, it's the original Guardians of the Galaxy team from the comics.
Right, exactly. All those little bits, and they pay off in the second one, you know, and who knows what's going to happen after the third one. So
right,
very cool. Yeah, I dig it.
Good luck, DC.
Well, they'll be fine. They got money. Relax. They'll be fine.
I am relaxed.
Hey, unless I ended up watching Morbius the other day, you know, as long as Sony just stays out of anybody else's comic books, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, James has to dip for like a second here, so let's move into the next story.
Yeah, you guys keep going.
So let's set sail on some movie news. Guys, back in 2020, it was announced that Margot Robbie was going to star in the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot for Disney. This film was going to focus on a female pirate named Red, who was included in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney theme parks. According to Robbie, Disney is no longer moving forward with the project, and it's dead in the water.
Good.
But
well done. Well done.
Now, she offered an update on the project saying, we had an idea and we were developing it for a while, ages ago, to have more of a female-led, not totally female-led, but just a different kind of story, which we thought would have been really cool, but I guess they don't want to do it. I mean, I didn't completely have an issue with it. My issue with the story going forward was that they were trying to get rid of Johnny Depp because of what was going on. Johnny Depp made that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
You
He
know? And
absolutely
it's-
did.
right. And it's kind of like, I'd be fine with bringing in Red, right? I mean, I get it. You've done this. You've redone the character. She used to be the hooker in the Pirates Ride. Now she's a pirate, freeing, freeing enslaved women. I mean, it would be kind of cool to see the story that you do with her. There are some badass female pirates that were in real life that ran the Caribbean, and it would be cool to see one of those stories, kind of play out and whatnot. But I mean, I feel like you would still need Jack Sparrow in order to continue the story going, or else nobody's going to want to watch the franchise without Jack Sparrow.
That's very true. Not to mention the fact that, I hate to say this, but Pirates is pretty played out at this point. I mean, it's almost like the Transformers franchise. Transformers had, I think, one, maybe two too many movies. And Pirates, I feel like, was the same thing. There was no reason to continue. I mean, I'm not going to say the damage was done because a lot of people really enjoyed the franchise, but
Right.
I mean, it made its impact. It did what it was supposed to do. I mean, there was really no reason to reboot it in the first place, but that's just one man's opinion.
Right. And I mean, like, the whole thing with that franchise is just, again, they're trying to cash in because people are still paying money to go watch those movies. So,
Sure.
I mean, people are still paying money to go watch the movies. They're going to continue making them. I feel like, you can continue making these movies as long as the story is good. If you start, like, you just kind of shoehorning things in, it's like, oh, hey, here, let's do this just because. I mean, that's just dumb. I mean, the good thing about the Pirates movies is the majority of the stories that you got going forward in those movies were fairly original. So, there were original takes on a lot of names that we knew. Like, you look at Blackbeard and the way that they portrayed Blackbeard in that storyline. I felt like they did a good job of keeping it still fairly original for being something that was, continuing on a franchise.
Yeah. What else we got?
Well, before we jump into the next thing, guys, you can see Margot Robbie in Amsterdam with Christian Bale and in the upcoming Barbie movie.
Oh my.
Yes,
That's
I'm
news.
a Barbie girl in a
the
Barbie
Barbie-
world.
Wrapped in plastic. Will it be fantastic?
I don't know. That movie looks ridiculous, but I mean, we'll see. Right? Well, more movie news, brother.
Oh, baby.
More movie news, brother.
Oh yeah!
All right. A24 has released a first look photo at the upcoming wrestling drama, The Iron Claw, which features a bulked up Zac Efron flying in the ring as the Golden Warrior, aka Kevin Von Erich.
Can I just comment at how absolutely jacked Efron has gotten for this movie?
Dude, he is huge, man. He looks massive.
Like, I think he and Stallone had some one-on-one because that Rocky 4 workout is doing stuff for him.
Yeah, man. I mean, just the whole thing is just like his arms are massive. I mean, he's always been a fairly ripped dude, but I mean, just he put on so much bulk.
Look at the amount of bulk on this cat. He's got to be 2% body fat.
Right. And what's funny is, like, a lot of people are complaining about how he's too short to play Kevin Von Erich, and it's like it's fine because they've got the height ranges are the actual differences between the actors as they are between the actual brothers. They're just like an inch. They're like 6 inches shorter than their characters are.
I am thoroughly excited to see this. This actually looks very entertaining.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm excited to see it. So I mean, just to throw that out there again, guys, the Iron Claw is tentatively set for a 2023 theatrical release. I can't speak.
Excellent.
Now,
Hey, welcome back.
Theatrical release.
Theatrical release.
All right. Well, James, do you want to move us into our next fun piece here?
I mean, did you do the opsis?
Not yet. That's what I was trying to have you move us into.
We've already done this synopsis.
We've already done the synopsis.
The Iron Claw is a biographical film about the wrestling dynasty that was the Von Erich family. The story follows the rise and fall of the family dynasty of wrestlers who made a huge impact on the sport from the 1960s to present day.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my goodness.
I mean, I'm excited. It seems like it's gonna be fun. At first, I was like, oh well, I don't know how this is gonna be, because there's a lot of tragedy in the Von Erich family, but I mean, like, it looks like it's good.
Yeah, should be really good. We keep getting news about it, and it gets me excited every time I hear about it. So
Right.
I was about to come back on, and I heard you guys talking about like abs and physiques. I'm like, these two guys again, always talking about male bodies, but like, oh, they're talking about wrestling. Okay, got it.
Hey, Fours has health and fitness goals, and I got to keep my eyes on the prize.
What? There it is. There it is. Okay. More kind of wrestling movie news. I guess. Kind of a weird one.
What?
Dave Bautista
What?
would still very much like to take on
What?
the role of Marcus Phoenix
What?
in a live action.
What?
Gears.
I have mixed feelings about this.
Gears of War movie.
What?
I was trying to feed you.
I have mixed feelings about this. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to apologize about, man. So what are the mixed feelings on it? Like, how?
I mean, I need my original voice actor. I mean, he'd have to get super jacked, but there's only one Marcus Phoenix, and he was the perfect voice for it. And I can't even take Dave Bautista seriously in this role.
See, I don't know, I don't know about Dave Bautista as Marcus Phoenix. But I mean, like, he has a character in Gears of War. He played a character in Gears 4.
Mm-hmm. Like they scanned his body for it.
Yeah, and they like made the entire character based on him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, Forrest brings up a good point. Like, Dave, this, I guess this goes for other people too, but like, Dave Bautista wants to come in and play, an iconic role. So did Rosario Dawson wanted to come in and play like an iconic role with Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars. Like,
and she killed that.
Yes, she did.
She
She
killed
is the perfect Ahsoka.
but there's also the voice actor that's still around.
Yeah, Ashley Eckstein still plays Ahsoka and all the animated stuff.
I know, but what I'm getting at is like, with what Forza is saying, it's like, when do we decide, like, okay, we're bringing this to live action? How much can we use the actual voice actor versus getting a name like, say, a Dave Bautista to be part of this film and kind of spearhead this film? I don't know. That's a good point.
The thing is, though, I can see Dave Bautista playing Marcus Phoenix.
Got it.
I
think he could do it.
I think he could do. I think he could pull it off. Because I mean, I think Dave Bautista is a good enough actor to begin with. But I mean, like, I think as Marcus Phoenix, like, you don't need that much depth as Marcus Phoenix.
Okay, let me clarify.
The thing about Marcus Phoenix is he's more stoic than he is anything.
Fours has a complex. When I feel that a character is portrayed in the perfect way, there's no need to bring change to it. Like, that's one man's opinion. That's just it's like changing voice actors. Like, when you have something that fits so incredibly well and then something goes down at the studio and they got to bring in somebody else, that always sucks. When you bring something from a video game to the live screen, for example, okay, and then we'll get back to this, Last of Us. I love their choices for Last of Us coming soon on HBO Max. I do, but there is no reason why they couldn't get Troy Baker to play Joel. He's the voice. He put on the freaking suit and did the whole mocap for Joel. There's no reason why Troy Baker should not be playing Joel. That's just my opinion. Same thing here. Would it take work to get the original voice actor ready for the role? It would take a crap ton of work. He'd have to get super jacked. These Gears of War characters are literally bigger than The Rock if you play the games.
Well, I mean,
Right.
So
Jesus is that pretty much that big.
just about, yes.
Yeah.
I
But
think,
again, it's just my way of thinking.
I think there's
no validity to it.
There's two things to what you're saying, Forrest. There's like, yes, they can do the voice and encapsulate who the character is. That being said, it's like, are they on the marketing side a big enough draw to bring that person to live action? You know what I mean? And then do they have the actual acting chops? You know, the physical acting chops.
Yeah, and you got to take that into account because very, very popular mainstream actors sell these movies.
Right, because I was gonna say you can satiate the fans, and you'll have a lot of like fans of the original series that'll be happy that the voice actor that played Marcus Phoenix is playing Marcus Phoenix in the movie, but you're not really drawing the audience that they want to draw on there. Like my whole thing is as long as they get the character right, it's less about the voice and more about as long as they're not doing something in a way where it's just like completely changing the character. That's where it pisses me off, is when they change the character completely in order to fit their narrative rather than forming the entire narrative around what we already love.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Like when they bring a property like this to live action, they're not doing it for Gears of War fans. They're doing it for the mainstream fans. And like that's what they need, like a name like a Batista. Like, who's that? Oh, that's the wrestling guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh yeah, get that guy, you know?
Right, because once you do that, then the game sales will pick back up again, and then the studio can do something, and then they'll be like the re-release of Gears of War on Xbox Series X. Let's go.
Yeah. Now the thing is that John DiMaggio, as much as I love him, he's a bigger guy, and I don't mean like bigger guy. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
And on
he's a Force size guy.
He's bigger than you, man.
Did you do like visual aids on the audio podcast part?
Yeah. He's bigger in the stomach, guys. And he also is very ginger beard. Have you ever seen John DiMaggio when he has his beard?
Only once.
Yeah, he's very ginger bearded. So I mean, like,
okay.
I don't think he fits the look of even if he got like super ripped. I don't think he fits the look.
Wait, are you saying Force couldn't be this character because of his ginger beard?
Does Force have a ginger beard?
I don't think
know, kind of
ginger beard.
When you shaved it earlier and you were showing us, and we're like, oh, it's kind of gingery.
Cool.
Maybe it's the fall season.
Maybe Force just rocks red that well.
Your beard turns to fall colors.
Autumn color.
It's like a mood ring, you know. It's just like
oh my god, this show is not about me. I promise.
Well, apparently, it is now.
No, take it back.
Oh, see, look, you're blushing and your beard's turning red. Oh, see what's happening there. We did it. Okay, no details about casting or directing have been shared. I didn't realize that there was going to be a Netflix show coming out, but
they just announced it.
Yeah. I'm down.
You know what I'm noticing is and this is aside from this, but like Netflix has been taking a lot of video games and turning them into properties.
Yep.
Yes, they have.
I didn't realize that they were doing a Dragon Age show.
Dragon Age.
And it is way more inappropriate than the games ever were.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. I watched the trailer before I started setting everything up for tonight, and I was like, I didn't know they were coming out with the Dragon Age show.
Put the kids to bed before you watch that one.
I thought you said Dragon Aid. I'm like, is that a Dubby drink?
That's a Dubby flavor. They're
like, is he thinking about Dubby still?
Now there's an anime called Dragon Maid. It's funny too.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
But yeah, Dragon Age.
We will have more Netflix Dragon news later on.
Oh yeah,
that's always good news.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, on to some Snoop news.
Oh snap!
Universal has announced that they are developing a biopic based on the life and career of Snoop Doggy Dogg.
It's my boy Calvin Brodus.
But check this out. The studio has hired Black Panther Wakanda Forever co-writer Joe Robert Cole and director Alan Hughes, you might know,
Yeah.
who was him and his brother Albert did Menace to Society and Dead Presidents, like the Hughes brothers, right?
Yeah.
Where's the other Hughes brother? Where's Albert? How come Albert isn't in this? You know, but he's gonna direct the film too. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I get it. Little Compton. So Snoop is said to be heavily involved in the project. I'm sure he's gonna be producing and probably gonna get co-writing credit. But yeah, I'm kind of into this.
And then
You
he's
guys wanna-
also producing the show, producing it along with Sarah Ramaker and Hughes. The project will make a mark on inaugural. Will mark the inaugural film from Snoop's Death Row Pictures. She runs from Ramaker. So he's doing it on Death Row.
Wow.
You guys talk about Snoop. I got to talk about dance class and spilling water.
That's what it sounds like. All right,
Give me 1 minute.
I hear the children there.
Cheer.
Churn.
Churn.
But yes, I mean it's kind of cool because I know Snoop. He runs Death Row now, and that was like one of the big things that he wanted to start doing, like films and TV shows and producing other things.
That's crazy, dude.
I know, right? So with 35 million albums sold worldwide, he is a 17-time Grammy nominee, an American Music Award winner, and a Primetime Emmy Award winner. No D-tizzles on the release Dizzle, my young fizzle.
So would that make me for Zizzle?
I was just about to say that. Say my young fizzle.
You know what? I am going to go ahead and just change my name to that right now.
Young Forzizzle.
For Zizzle. Edit name. Here it is. Oh, this is going to be great.
Just putting you on the top of the screen, just so
Done.
So
There it is.
everybody who's watching the live show, you can see that right there. For Zizzle.
For Zizzle.
The young For Zizzle. All right. Well, Adrian, if you've got more movie news, and I've got more movie news, and we have more movies news.
Yes. Looks like Stallone's not gonna be a part of Creed 3, which is kind of insult, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of punchy, actually. It really kind of sucks, you know. It's kind of a thing I wanted to do, but I can't do it anymore because people ain't they ain't buying my products, you know. Whatever.
I'm gonna dip out more often because when I leave, you guys come back and do some crazy stuff. I like this. If you're gonna change, and I can change, then we's all could change.
We's all can
Rocky 4 is so good. That is such an underrated movie.
Balboa is my favorite. I got it. Balboa is my favorite movie.
So good, dude. So, how far did you guys get in this? Because
We literally just announced it, man. So the third film in the Rocky franchise spin-offs, Creed 3, is coming out in just a few months, and it will be the first of the movies not to include Rocky Balboa, played by creator of the character, Sylvester Stallone.
Wow.
this isn't Michael B. Jordan coming in. This is Killmonger coming in and taking over, the kingdom of Rocky.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because he said, down with the king. You're out, Sylvester. We're doing our movie now. I'm the king. Oh my goodness. Michael B. Jordan, what are you doing, dude?
Just kicking Sylvester Stallone out of his own franchise.
That's so rude. Like, give him like a little cameo. Like, I hope they don't kill him off. They're like, oh, sad Rocky died a year ago. Anyway, moving on. I hope they don't do that.
Well, the actor confirmed 2 years ago that he would not be returning for the role of Rocky, who served in the first two Creed films as the mentor and coach to Michael B. Jordan's Adonis Creed.
You know, the very beginning of that movie is going to be a freaking cemetery scene. Watch.
Oh,
Tacos on the table, cemetery scene.
wow.
Yeah.
Right next to Adrian's headstone.
Oh, you know what's funny? My heart wants to bet against you, but like my gut is like, oh,
He's probably right.
Yeah, exactly. I think Forrest knows what's going on.
It's going to be all sad in the beginning, and then the Creed Empire will launch.
Right.
Oh,
Adonis Creed. So, in a recent interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Stallone talked about this new movie, and he said, "That's a regretful situation because I know what it could have been. It was taken in a direction that is quite different than I would have taken it. It's a different philosophy. Irwin Winkler's and Michael B. Jordan, I wish them well, but I'm much more of a sentimentalist."
Oh,
Creed
that's
3, yeah, it really does suck. Creed 3 hits theaters on March 3rd, 2023.
But just to like, spin it and just be like, okay, let's think about it from like Michael B. Jordan or like the future of the franchise point of view. Like, hey, we have to take this and make it about, Creed or Adonis Creed, make it about other characters than making it about a 40-year-old movie character, So
Yeah.
I kind of get that aspect of it. Like, what can we do with a franchise moving forward? Like,
Right.
how do we get more stories out of this IP? So, when's it come out?
That was March 3rd, 2023. So not too far away.
Oh, you mean Creed 3 hits theaters on March 3rd, 2023.
I said
I
that.
see what you did there. I
Hits
see what you did
theaters.
there. That's just a little over a month before a very special event happens, but we'll discuss that later.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program of Warner Brothers Discovery and HBO Max canceling everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. After 4 seasons, HBO has decided to cancel Westworld. Oh, my goodness.
So I take it you guys were fans of Westworld?
I was, man. I actually enjoyed that show.
I really liked the first 2 seasons. Like, I thought it was different, unique. I was really into it. I'm like, what is happening in this show? Third one's kind of but I liked it. I liked the characters. I liked the actors. I liked that it took things in a different way, and you didn't know exactly what you were seeing because it's like the narrative.
Right.
The narrator was untrustworthy, so you didn't quite know what you were seeing or getting. And then there was this whole veil that would get lifted, and you're like, "Wait, this is a fake world." So I thought it was interesting. What about you, Forrest? Were you into it? Not into it?
I'll be honest, guys. I've never seen it.
Oh, okay.
This is yeah. I mean, I might binge it one of these days. I don't know, but I'll check it out.
It's a pretty good show, man.
Okay.
Mhm. I haven't dove into the 4th season yet. Now that it's wrapped, I was kind of waiting to binge it, but I was like, oh, Westworld's here, wife, and she's like, okay, well, let's start watching it. Like, they just announced they're not going to do season 5, and she's like, nope, we're not watching 4. I'm like, no, let's just finish it so we can see it. She's like, nope, knowing that it's canceled, I'm not going to watch it. I'm like, oh, I want to see what happened, but oh well.
That's just because like they probably left it on the cliffhanger because I didn't get to the season finale yet.
Exactly.
It's like they probably left it on the cliffhanger, and she's gonna be like, I don't want to be upset sitting here saying like I want to watch the show again when they're not gonna bring it back.
Exactly. That's exactly what Jenny said. She's like, nope, we're not gonna watch it. Like, they're gonna end it on some cliffhanger. We're gonna want to know what's gonna happen, and there's gonna be nothing. So no. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's move on. Can we finish Andor now? She's like, no. Real Housewives of Utah are on or whatever.
Real Housewives of whatever city that they're in now.
They're in Utah. Real Housewives of Utah, of like Salt Lake City. That's what it is.
Oh, so like Mormons.
Yeah. Well, it's like it's all over the place.
Doesn't get any realer than Utah.
Jersey, Miami, No, they don't even have Las Vegas that I'm aware of. Maybe they do. Who knows?
The Real Housewives of Montana.
It's all over the place.
That's probably what it's the next season. They're probably already filming it.
I know. Real Housewives of
Boise.
Anchorage, Alaska. Okay, yeah, that's sad. Oh, you know what? You know what though? This is what I think. I think they canceled. Done. Right. I do think in this new age of HBO, like, all right, let's cancel things now. I do think there's room to bring it back later.
Yeah.
Especially on HBO or Discovery or whatever they come up with. I do think there's going to be room like, hey, co-creators, Jonathan Nolan and I forgot the other person, Lisa Joy. What were you going to do in the 5th season? Can you do that for this budget? We need subscribers. Go. And they're going to be all right. Let's put together that 5th season, and we'll call it like an event and go from there. Kind of like what they did with Justice League Snyder Cut. Like, hey, what could we do with a property that we actually own that we can do something with?
I mean, and if you get enough people that are like behind it and are like, we want to see this 5th season, they'll probably bring it back.
Right. We just need enough people to remember season 1 and 2, forget about season 3, and then they'll come back for the latest season. Okay, keep going. I can't keep going. Speaking of canceling, I'm going to get canceled with his voice. Amazon Prime's Victorian Fantasy Carnival Row is coming to an end after this 2nd season. We're in like a weird age of things getting canceled. Like
Again.
So it's kind of crazy. So period drama, I don't know if you guys watched it, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I watched the 1st season. I felt like it was too short.
Well, there's a 2nd season coming up. That just means they left you wanting more, sir.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I felt like the 1st season was just way too short.
Starred Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne.
Delevingne.
Delevingne?
Mhm.
Isn't that what I said?
No,
Delevingne.
you said Delevingne.
No, I said Delevingne.
Sure, you
Don't tell me to say it incorrectly, because then that's going to stick in my brain.
Delevingne.
But I do have a Pirates of the Carnival Row-opsis.
Pirates of the Carnival Roll-Opsis.
Let's go.
Mythological immigrant creatures whose exotic homelands were invaded by the empires of man. Bloom plays a human detective, Rycroft Philosophrite.
Philostrate.
Oh my god, I can't say it. And Delvigne? No, I didn't get that right.
You can do it. I got faith in you.
Delvigne?
Delevingne.
God, no. Stars as a refugee fairy named Vignette Stonemoss. Let's just stay with that.
Yep.
They rekindle a dangerous affair despite an increasingly intolerant society, and Vignette harbors a secret that endangers Philo's world during the most important case yet, a string of gruesome murders threatening the uneasy peace of the row. I just like the vibe of this show. It felt, like 1920s New York-ish, but mixed in fairies, magic, and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's what I liked about it is
Yeah.
you're bringing in like, what if these medieval creatures were living in present day, and how would you like integrate them in society? I kind of like the idea of it.
Yep. But it's coming to a close. The 2nd and final season will premiere on Amazon February 17th. Not too far away.
It kind of sucks that they're canceling it, but I mean, everybody's canceling everything nowadays.
But I hope this is what happens. I hope they cancel it and like close the book or close at least the chapter, versus like what we were just talking about with Westworld. Season 4 is probably going to end on a cliffhanger, and then there is no 5. It's just boom, cliffhanger for real cliffhanger, and that's it.
Right.
Anyway, let's stream over to some Netflix news, huh?
Yeah.
Netflix news at you right now.
Netflix. Boom.
That's good. I
Chum
like that.
chum.
Directors Joe and Anthony Russo have added more great actors to their new Netflix movie, The Electric State. So check this out. Giancarlo Esposito, Ki Young Kwan, they're going to be playing live action roles in the movie. And then they have Anthony Mack and Billy Bob Thornton playing voice actor roles in the movie.
Okay.
And then on top of that, they're going to have Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt in the movie.
Jesus, they got everybody in this.
I know. What is this movie? It's so crazy.
Like, I want to know what the voice roles are going to be. Like, what are you guys? Like,
Funny.
what's the characters? You got Anthony Mackie and Billy Bob Thornton playing voice characters.
Funny you should ask, because I have the most electrifying synopsis in distance nerding entertainment opsis.
Oh God, the most electrifying synopsis in distance nerding entertainment opsis.
Synopsis. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
You have no idea.
Oh,
Every time I have to say one of those, as soon as I finish saying it, I mute myself because I have to cough my lungs out.
I know, it's so good. So rude, but so good.
I can narrate it anytime, you guys. Anytime.
Hey, you can do you want to read this part? You can read this part totally.
The freak are we at? I'm actually reading the comment section because Mezzo just joined the chat.
Oh.
What's up, Mezzo?
I'll read this then, unless you want to chime in.
I was gonna say you have to do it in the movie guy voice though.
Where are we at? Oh, this part. Okay.
Oh my God, that's so good.
So the most electrifying. Okay. So the movie is based on an adaptation of the illustrated novel by Simon's. Whoa, that's too far away from me. I feel like my screen, the screen is like way too far. So Stalinhog?
Stalinhog?
Is it Stalinhog?
It's something German.
Gotcha. And is set in a retro-futuristic alternative America in the mid-1990s. Brown stars as a young girl traveling across the country in the wake of a civil war between humanity and the robots that robots?
Robots?
What is this?
Robots?
That once served them, looking to find her missing brother. Pratt plays a smuggler she meets along the way. Stanley Tucci, Jason Alexander, Brian Cox, and Jenny Slate round out the cast.
Everyone in the world is in this. Okay, Giancarlo Esposito
and robots.
Robots? What are we talking about? Robots?
Robots?
Billy Bob Thornton, Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, Stanley Tucci, Jason Alexander, Brian Cox, Jenny Slate. Like, who is not in this movie right now?
I need to see this movie.
Don't forget Ki Hugh Kwan. You'll be in it too. Don't forget Data. Don't forget Short Round. He's in it. I know, right? This movie is going to be huge. It's for Netflix, and it's being made by the Russo brothers. Hello.
That's going to be epic huge. Level. And robots?
And robots? What are we talking about? Robots?
Robots.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. That surprised me.
Practice? You talking about practice?
Billy Bobby Brown and robots. It's a subject matter she hasn't played with yet.
I knew you were hoping that somebody caught that.
I know, right? Oh, that was so good.
I knew exactly what your thing was. Practice? You talking about practice?
Robots. Let's see.
Talking about robots?
Let's see. Esposito will play an antagonist known as the Marshal. Oh, let's check this out. So Giancarlo is going to be a robotic drone manned by Esposito's character remotely and tasked with hunting down the robot, aiding Brown's character on her quest. Huh, interesting. Kwan will play the doctor that Brown's character needs to find. He's actually taking over the role from his Everything Everywhere All at Once co-star Michelle Yeoh, who had to leave the project due to scheduling conflicts. Oh, that's right. I remember that, actually. So Mackie and Thornton will be providing voices for sentient robots in the film.
Sentient.
Mackie's character is a sidekick for Pratt, while Thornton voices a key figure in the Civil War.
You know what this already reminds me of is Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, I mean,
immediately I'm thinking of, like, the three robots that go on vacation in a human city.
Yeah.
That's immediately what I'm thinking of. Like, it's the vibes that I get for this is Love, Death, and Robots. That's probably what this was. Somebody probably had an idea for Love, Death, and Robots, and we're like, we should make a whole movie out of it.
What if you get it to the Russos? What if the Russos were like, hey, we saw this short film on Netflix, and we're gonna get like a gazillion big time actors to be in this film. Netflix, you want to pay for it? Okay, great. Yes. And by the way, it's gonna have robots.
Death and Robot. They're like, what if we did Love Death and Robots, but as a movie?
Yeah.
You son of a! I'm in.
And put it on Netflix. Oh my
You
Break it.
bitch. I'm in.
Break it up into 10 episodes, 30 minutes each.
god. Robots.
Robots.
With robots?
Robots. Oh my
The-
god, it's robots.
I can't get through this last line. The film is currently in production in Atlanta and will make its debut in 2024.
There we go.
By then we'll have more robots.
That's good.
There's gonna be
Okay.
robots everywhere.
We got to get it out of our head.
I
Okay,
don't know what I'm doing anymore.
we got to find like a new joke, otherwise it's gonna sit in our heads. Okay, next story. In what do you want? A cookie? News? Chris Rock is set to do a stand-up comedy special for Netflix. Pretty cool, right? What do you want? A cookie?
Well, now that Will Smith has resurrected his career,
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. But check this out. So he's doing a stand-up comedy special for Netflix. Cool. You know, a lot of comedians are going to Netflix. Awesome. Cool. This is going to be the first live streaming event for Netflix. Kind of cool.
How much you want to bet? How much money do you guys want to bet that there's going to be a joke about Will Smith slapping him?
of course it's gonna be. That's
Gotta
probably
be.
gonna be that's probably gonna be the show starter.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be.
The name of the
Got
show
to.
is going to be "I Got Slapped by Chris Rock," or "I Got Slapped by Will Smith."
Yeah, it's going to be Chris Rock slap.
That's what's going to be called. Chris Rock slapped.
Yeah.
It's going to be Chris Rock beats Smith or something like that. You know, Rock beats scissors. No. Anyway, where are we with this?
Rock, paper, Smith.
Paper Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just reading the. So Robbie Praw, Netflix vice president of stand-up comedy and comedy formatting. Dude, I want that job.
I know. That sounds like a great job.
Chris Rock is one of the most iconic and important comedic voices of our generation. We're thrilled the entire world will be able to experience a live Chris Rock comedy event and be part of the Netflix history. This will be an unforgettable moment, and we're so honored that Chris is carrying on this torch. Sounds pretty cool.
We got to ask Chris this. What did the five fingers say to the face?
Funny you should say that. That's a funny joke because the end of this is Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle are on tour right now, coming to Sacramento next month, December 10th.
No shit. He's on tour with Dave Chappelle, and I just made a Dave Chappelle joke.
I know. There you go. They're going to be together, co-headlining in the round here at the Golden One Arena. Oh my god! I looked up tickets,
And
for
you bought
this.
the tickets already, right?
I wish. The jet needed some extra wings, you know, so I couldn't quite get tickets. But tickets were like literally, like no joke, $400 each.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. Fluffy, same price.
It's
Fluffy's
nuts.
coming to Orlando in January. $436 a seat.
Wow.
I mean, y'all are funny, but y'all ain't that funny.
Oh my gosh. But you know, think about it. If they're talking about the special, the set he's doing now is probably working its way up to be this Netflix special. You know, the jokes he's telling
Right.
is probably that's how Chris Rock works. Actually, is like he will have a premise, he will take it on, he'll workshop it at like all the small clubs, and keep going until it becomes something just a diamond, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that becomes part of his special. That's a lot of comedians work like that, but he's known for that. Like, a lot of his jokes that started out as like, just bomb sets at like the Cellar in New York became these iconic bits that are part of his stand-up specials, which he's got like 7 different stand-up specials. So
Right.
like 5 are on HBO. But that's how he works. So the
Oh, yeah,
jokes you're
Peter
hearing,
is one of my favorite ones of all time.
the jokes you hear next month here in Sacramento will probably be on that Netflix special.
So do I pay $400 to go and see him do it live, or just wait for it to be live on
You
Netflix?
pay $400 to me, and then I'll let you know how it goes. How about that?
Yeah, you know what?
That was
That's a good idea.
so well delivered.
Yeah, that's a good idea, James. Good
Yeah.
idea. That's not going to happen.
Oh, all right.
Aw,
Well,
sad
well-
face.
let's keep it going then.
Next.
And Curtis Corona is probably connected to this project news.
100% is connected to this project.
A few years ago, just to set the stage, a few years ago, Ryan Reynolds announced that he was attached to star in a film adaptation of Dragon's Lair. Not Dragon's Aid or Dragon Aid.
Or Dragon Maid or Dragon Age.
Yeah. None of those. Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's AIDS.
Wow. That's hot. That's
Yeah.
hot.
Hot take. Okay.
Hot take. The project is still alive and being developed by Netflix, but they're going to do something interesting with it. So Netflix is developing more than just a big budget film here. But you guys remember the game, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
absolutely. As a matter of fact, it's available on Xbox. You can get it.
Really? Is it? That's awesome.
Yes, you can get it and play it.
What is the type of animation for this game? Because it looks like a cartoon.
It's Don Bluth.
Yeah.
But is it what kind of animation is? Do we know the name? What is it called?
2D. It's 2D animation. Hand drawn.
But in a video game.
Oh, it's
It-
still
I-
2D. Because cell shading is where they make it look like it's that, but it's not cell
Mhm.
shaded. This is actually hand drawn.
Yeah, that's what it is. So like hand drawn. It was so weird to see
Like
this
Cuphead. Cuphead is hand drawn too.
in
Mhm.
like a video game because it was like, wait a second, like I'm controlling like a cartoon. I'm controlling an animation. It felt weird. I remember playing this in the arcades back in the day.
And boy, did you have to be fast.
Oh, I know, right? I was so bad at this game, so bad, because I would just sit there and watch it, and be like, oh.
So anyway,
but
what are they doing with it?
what they're trying to do is develop that exact thing for the Netflix box. Is essentially what it is. Is that they're looking to bring like that experience of kind of a choose your own adventure type thing for this project onto Netflix. Netflix kind of does some of that weird stuff now. If you haven't noticed, but there's like trivia that you can play on Netflix now, and some like small remote control games that you can play on Netflix now as well. Not like Netflix gaming where you actually need like a mobile device, but like
Right.
Games you play like with your remote control. So it's kind of interesting how this is working out with Netflix, Dragon's Lair. This is kind of the perfect IP to bring something like this, like interaction.
So this begs the question. Will the Ryan Reynolds adaptation of this be playable and be brought to a complete video game format on all consoles and PC?
I don't know. Because I mean, I do know that Ryan is playing Dirk the Daring in this. That was like the big news when they first announced this like months ago.
Yeah, so let's see. Let me just give a little bit more backstory. The film project is set up by Netflix with Dan and Kevin Hageman, who previously worked on the Lego Movie and Scary Stories You Tell in the Dark. They're writing the script. The Hagmans are also currently the show's. Oh my god! Are also currently the showrunners for Nickelodeon Star Trek: The Animated Series, and they wrote The Croods 2 featuring Ryan Reynolds as one of the voices.
That's probably how they got him on. It was like, hey, we're gonna do Dragon's Lair as a movie, and he's like, I'm on. Let's do this.
I bet what they're going to do is come out like, hey, here's the Dragon's Lair movie, right? But then they're also going to be like, hey, do you want to play Dragon's Lair the movie game on Netflix? And it's going to be like a deluxe version. I don't know, but it's going to be the same movie, but you can do like different things. And I'm sure Ryan Reynolds is going to be up for like, oh, you need to film me dying 20 different ways. Okay, I'm in. So
And he
I
would
think
do
it's
it
gonna
for
happen.
fun. He would.
Oh yeah, right. Just for the fun of it, and like nobody else has done this. Okay, I'll do it.
And one Easter egg death, if you do it right, should be Hugh Jackman just jumping in and freaking Wolverine clawing him to death.
Oh my god, that would be funny. That would be great. All right, I have a no synopsis game info-opsis.
No synopsis game info-opsis.
Synopsis.
Yes, look at you diving in.
I dig it.
Fours, you want to read it? You can read it.
The original game came from legendary animation director Don Bluth, An American Tale, and All Dogs Go to Heaven. So you guys absolutely recognize this animation and character style. Who was also a producer on the film. It was an incredibly popular video game. The story for that game follows a knight named Dirk the Daring, and he must rescue the fetching Princess Daphne from the clutches of the evil dragon known as Singe and the wizard Mordroc. Mordroc.
I see. He says Singe, and I immediately think of League of Legends.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, keep going. Because my nose does not want to do news right now.
Yeah.
On to some MCU news. Aubrey Plaza
Oh, thank you, God.
is set to join Catherine Hahn in Marvel Studios' WandaVision spinoff, Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
That'll be interesting.
That's so perfect.
She is the perfect person to play a crazy wizard.
This is going to be comedy gold. It got 10 times funnier just by adding Aubrey Plaza. Oh my God, she's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her in Parks and Rec. She's also she's on the new season of White Lotus on HBO Max, which I still have to check out. It's not done yet, but I'm gonna have to check that out. But I love Aubrey Plaza. So funny.
Yeah.
So funny. So no details about the show, but we got Aubrey Plaza. Coven of Chaos is set to be a dark comedy. Dark comedy. Dark magic. Get it? Hey.
That's
Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to tip your wait staff. Good night. When we last saw Agatha after she attempted to take Wanda Maximoff magic from her for herself, Wanda trapped her in the Agnes persona. So I wonder if we're going. What town was that again?
what was called.
Yeah, I forgot the town name, but I bet it's going to start there. That'll be interesting, huh? By the way, this is one of two WandaVision spinoffs in the works. Agatha, Coven of Chaos is expected to arrive on Disney Plus late 2023. The other one is the Vision Quest.
Yeah, the Vision Quest.
Yeah. Which is also kind of interesting. Like, where are you at, Vision?
It's funny because we've talked about this on the show in the past, but Jackie's hall pass is Adam Driver, and mine is Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, interesting.
Very, very excited that she's going to be in the MCU.
What if you guys met each other's hall pass?
So, like, I met Adam Driver and she met Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, exactly.
Be like
Yeah.
a stiff thumbs up and handshake, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we go to LA Comic Con and like next thing you know, you're standing next to Adam Driver and she's like, I don't know, in Elsa Bronte here in the Bay Area. And she's like, oh, look, there's Aubrey Plaza having coffee next to me. Like, that'd be funny. Awkward, but funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, Forrest, how you doing, buddy? You good?
Keep going. Keep the show going.
Like, speaking of awkward,
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Disney Plus, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who you guys know from Hamilton, is set to play the character Hermes in the upcoming adaptation of Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
And Percy Jackson returns.
well, they're redoing the whole thing.
Yes.
Instead
What do
of continuing it,
Yeah, I know.
I hear
Mike.
what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of the new, before we get to Lin-Manuel, what do you think of the new Percy Jackson? I guess it's kind of a reboot.
I'm okay with it as long as they keep the spirit of the characters. I mean, that's always my thing. One of the biggest things that people complained about the original two movies, the first two movies that came out, were that it didn't follow the books well enough. It seemed like it was trying to be Harry Potter too much and not be its own thing.
Mhm.
So it's like, if they follow the book a little bit closer and make it something that is more its own thing, then I mean, I'm happy with it.
All right, cool. So Miranda, who is a fan of the Percy Jackson books, along with his son, will play Hermes, the messenger god, who looks out for travelers and thieves and is a bit of a trickster himself. I do have a
God, I hate you.
I do have a Percy Jackson and the Sorcerer's Stone or Goblet of nope or Lightning Feet. Nope. I'm not gonna throw away my shot opsis.
All right.
I'm not saying all that.
I am.
No.
You don't have to.
Here. Percy Jackson and the Sorcerer's Stone hurt. Goblet of Fire hurt. Lightning Thief, I'm not going to throw away my shot synopsis.
Hey, Cam.
Yeah, that shit happened.
Based on the popular best-selling books series by Rick Riordan, the series will tell the fantastical story of 12-year-old modern demigod Percy Jackson, who just coming to terms with his newfound divine powers when the sky god Zeus accuses him of stealing his master lightning bolt. With the help of his new friends Grover and Annabeth, Percy must embark on an adventure of a lifetime to find it and restore order to Olympus. What was the opsis again? No? All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grover will not be played by Frank Oz this time around, just so everybody knows.
He will not be played by Frank Oz? Oh.
No.
I felt like we got a little Yoda.
That's more Yoda than Grover.
It's the same freaking character. Same voice actor.
Well, what I have to do is tell you.
The one thing about Grover, he likes to enunciate each of his consonants. Just letting you know.
That's
Okay,
really
the
good.
series is currently in production in Vancouver and expected to premiere exclusively on the Disney Plus in 2024.
There we
Yes,
go.
Cam, we did.
Yeah, and we got through it.
We did it.
Okay.
I have Star Wars comic book news, but there's so much to read, and we don't got the time for it. But there's new Jedi comics coming.
Give us the short version.
Let's see. Dark Horse Comics, Star Wars: The High Republic Publish Initiative has 2 new series and a one-shot releasing starting this month, November 30th. So there's 3 new like Disney books about High Republic coming.
Okay.
Here's do we need an opsis? There's too much opsis.
I mean, we got too much opsis.
You son of
Yeah,
I didn't want to do it. Okay, there's 3 books coming. Everybody should be excited. Hooray. High Republic is coming November 30th.
So just the books that are on there, because I've got slides for them. I'm just going to name the books.
Name them.
Not too crazy, but Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures. You guys can see the picture on the front right there.
Mm-hmm.
Next one after that is Star Wars: The High Republic Nameless Terror.
Mm-hmm.
And then Star Wars: The High Republic Quest of the Jedi.
Oh, look at that.
Apparently that's not the final art, but that's the one that James gave me. So
It looks cool.
Because it's not the one. Hey, by the way, real quick, the one thing that caught my eye about this, doesn't that kind of look like Jeffrey Wright?
It almost kind of does.
I was going to say it looks like a young Lawrence Fishburne.
You know what? That's another good one too. Actually, I can see the face in there. We do have like a last bit right here. It's just announcements on the date. So High Republic Adventures will be arriving in comic shops November 30th. The Nameless Terror will be available December 28th. And Quest of the Jedi will be available March 1st, 2023. They are currently available for pre-order at your local comic book shop.
Yay.
There it is.
If you have comic book shops.
I know, so sad. But that's one thing that we have a lot of out here in, I guess, Northern California. We have a ton of comic book shops, and they all seem to be doing pretty well even after the pandemic.
Yeah, and you know what you don't have a lot of? This guy out there killing me. All right, Ghostbusters.
Oh my goodness. Well, you need comic book shops. Maybe that's your thing. You open a comic book shop over there.
I don't want to. Okay.
All right.
Force
Halloween
friends.
was last month, but don't put away your proton packs just yet because it's time to get back to being ghost busting. All right. Become a Ghostbuster when the new VR game launches on Meta Quest 2 and PlayStation VR 2.
Yes.
After being announced at the Meta Quest showcase in April, the name has finally been revealed. Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord.
That's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm ready for it.
He's ready.
Can you give us, like, I've never played a VR game, let alone a Ghostbusters VR game. What is it? Meta Quest?
Yeah.
Meta Quest 2? Is that cool? Is that something that people are into?
Oh, absolutely it
I was gonna
is.
say Aaron Watson's all over the MetaQuest.
Is
dude.
that what he plays? Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know. I didn't know the name of it. Meta Quest 2? That's the name?
Yeah.
Well, it used to be Oculus Quest 2, but then it was bought out.
Well, Facebook has always made it, but what it is when they rebranded like their entire parent company to Meta, they changed it to the MetaQuest.
Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
that makes so much Facebook sense. So much Zuckerberg logic in that statement.
Makes meta
That's
sense.
the logic. It's
All right,
and meta sense.
I guess I have I don't have it here, but like a Ghostbustopsis.
Ghostbusters
Synopsis.
You'll get to run your own ghost busting headquarters out of San Francisco. Iconic locations in the city will be featured, such as the Golden Gate Bridge, which should be really fun in VR. You can play the campaign solo, or this is kind of cool, team up with up to 3 friends in a co-op to stop the powerful Ghost Lord. Yeah, kind of cool.
Oh my gosh.
You'll be able to wield and upgrade iconic Ghostbusters equipment and customize elements of your character. Pretty cool.
When Distance Nerding and Kyber Cave team up on a ghost busting adventure, all bets are off.
That's awesome. Dude, how many people have this Meta Quest or whatever
I
it's
have one.
called? You do?
I have one.
What games do you play on it?
So I haven't really purchased much for it. I really, really, really enjoy Beat Saber.
Okay.
And
That's
I
the
have,
one where it's like, okay, I remember that.
yes, and the Vader games, those are fun. And aside from that, I mean, there just hasn't really been too much that I've been on. But Beat Saber, it keeps me busy. It's a great game. But this looks like it's going to be a blast.
And like 3 friends or add 3 friends. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if they don't have to be in the same room, right? It's all played online.
It's all online. Just got to have a strong enough internet connection for it.
Interesting. I'm kind of down.
I played the Resident Evil game because my buddy had one. So I played the Resident Evil game and I played the there was a Batman game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one too. And I know PlayStation, the PSVR has the exclusive Iron Man game.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, cool. Why don't I hear more about like the VR games? Am I just not on the right sites or something? But it feels like I never hear about,
It's a niche thing. A lot of people don't want to spend $300-$400 something on a VR set, but a lot of people are still to this day trying to get PS5s.
Right.
If you're not gaming on a console or gaming on a PC or gaming on your mobile device, then I mean, not a lot of people are really into the whole VR world interactivity thing. They still enjoy the screen in front of them, the couch play, things like that.
Interesting.
There's one game I want to play on VR, and it's the one that the creators of Rick and Morty made.
Oh,
What's it called?
I don't remember what it's called.
Is it a Rick and Morty game?
No,
But damn it, he's excited to play it.
Yeah, so Justin Roiland made this. He made a game here, right here. Justin Roiland game. Trover Saves the Universe,
Trover.
and I've seen like little snippets of the game, and it's basically like Rick and Morty on steroids. It's like you're living in one of those like one of the worlds that Rick visits regularly.
So it's kind of adjacent to Rick and Morty.
Yeah, so it's not a Rick and Morty game, but just it's because the way that Justin Roiland writes his games, it's very much like in that universe style.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right, cool. Maybe, hey, young Phil, maybe you should not ask for Legos this Christmas and ask for a Meta Quest 2.
I would, but I'd rather that $700 go towards a Star Destroyer.
Yeah,
Or a
but-
half room size Millennium Falcon.
No, I want that half room size Star Destroyer.
His mind is set. I'm not changing it. I'm not even going to try.
Have you seen that the Ultimate Series Star Destroyer?
Which is why I'm not going to try.
Yeah, dude, that is huge, and it is amazing, and it comes with a small blockade runner that you can mount on the front of it.
And it's going to take you probably 7 full building sessions with many, many guests just to get through it.
Oh yeah, and it will be very much worth it.
Oh my goodness.
And
What
then
else we got?
And then I'm gonna figure out where not to put it in my house.
I just picture young Phil getting the Oculus or the VR Quest, whatever, and just
Quest?
him stumbling around his house, like knocking over Legos.
No,
Like,
I got it.
who put that there? Ah!
I got it. No.
Swinging and just knocking them all off the mantle, and swinging again, and like there goes the bat wing off the wall. You know, like
No,
I'm just like walking by and hitting the wall, like, oh shit.
it's a ghost.
the
It's a
full
ghost.
the full investment for him is when they come out with VR Lego Builder. That's when he'll jump in.
Oh, yeah, and then I'm building every kit in existence
In VR.
in VR. And then I can
Holy
stream
cow.
it directly, and then I can stream it directly on the screen, and people can like mess around. See, that'd be like next level build right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why
that
hasn't
we-
Lego jumped on that?
Because they're still making money off actual blocks.
Do both. Double dip.
Very true.
That's
Next.
a good idea. Okay, that
Well,
was my last story.
Right. So it's time to start some rumors. You guys ready to start some rumors here?
Let's start some rumors, baby.
And tacos ready.
Get your tacos ready.
With me? Alrighty. First rumor is coming out of Lucasfilm. So
Ooh.
rumor is Lucasfilm is actively looking to develop a new Indiana Jones TV series for Disney Plus.
Okay.
So, according to Variety, Disney and Lucasfilm have been meeting with writers and taking pitches on possible shows set in the world of the globe-trotting archaeologist. So, not necessarily they're going to recast Indiana, but they're taking pitches about shows set in the world of Indiana Jones.
I could get down with that.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
So we got no news, or I'm sorry, no details about anything else coming up. We don't know if it's connected to the new film that's coming. We don't know if this is a spin-off. We don't know if this is like early Indiana Jones days or like after Indiana Jones. So we don't know anything about this. But what do you think about tacos on the table for Lucasfilm trying to do an Indiana Jones show on Disney Plus?
I mean, the entire show is basically going to be about what was his son's name? Mutt.
Oh no!
We're going to
Please
get the
no!
entire Mutt series.
Oh my god, that would be awful. Fours, what do you think? Indiana Jones show coming?
I think if it has a very good element of adventure and some mystery to it, I think it would work out really well. I think what's also worked well in terms of writing is like the semi recent stories, especially of Uncharted and Tomb Raider. It's got kind of a dark twist to it. I think if Indiana Jones went in that sort of direction, because again, Indiana Jones is basically it's a story of exploration and mystery and fantasy, and I think Uncharted and Tomb Raider have the Rise Tomb Raider series. I think both of those have done extremely well in terms of storytelling and presentation, and I think if Indiana Jones adapts that style, it would be highly successful, especially to today's audience.
And don't forget, they have that National Treasure show that they're adapting for Disney Plus. That's right around the corner too.
Those movies were outstanding.
What if it turns out that those movies end up being in the Indiana Jones world?
That would be even further outstanding. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good deal. Star Wars has had the spotlight for a good long time, and it's and of course the Marvel universe is the Marvel universe, but yeah, let's get something fresh going. I mean, hell, we have freaking Willow coming back out very, very soon, and I am doing backflips off my wall about that.
Willow.
Willow.
Use the wand, Willow.
Willow, you idiot. Giselle.
So good, so good. I just posted the first. I posted the first clip from the new Willow series.
I watched
in the Distance Learning post today. It looks fun.
It looks great, and I'm so excited for it. That's one of my favorite movies of all time, Willow.
Willow F. Good. Yeah, my tacos are on the table for this Indiana Jones series. They have the IP. They know Harrison Ford's getting old, and honestly, he's kind of moved on. He's in this new, what is it, Yellowstone series?
Yeah, you know what? No, he's in the MCU now.
And he's going to be in the MCU. Like, okay, go do your other things now. Give us Indiana Jones and let us take it in a new direction. I think that's what it's going to happen.
Yeah, they're like, Harrison Ford is going to play the Red Hulk.
Exactly. Go play the Red Hulk. We'll take over Indiana Jones. Talkers on the table. Do you guys put them on the table?
Yeah, tacos on the table. I believe that they would be developing an Indiana Jones series. I mean, they've already done Young Indiana Jones. Maybe they put Young Indiana Jones back onto Disney Plus, and then from there they kind of develop a newer series of like maybe between him being young and like his early days as an archaeologist kind of thing.
You know what's funny is I thought of that. I'm like, man, who was that? That was River Phoenix, right? Back in the day.
Yeah.
There was also a TV show, not with River Phoenix, called the Indiana Jones Chronicles, and it ran for 2 seasons. I totally forgot about it. Until I saw it, and it's not on Disney Plus.
Might be because they don't own the rights to it.
Exactly. I got somebody there. Somebody dropped the bowl just because I said that. So I feel like I did my job. Okay, moving on. Speaking of Disney Plus, Sean Levy. Oh my God, this Curtis guy all over the place. Sean Levy is in talks with Lucasfilm to develop and direct a Star Wars project.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting. It's been reported that Levy will jump in and start developing the project after he's done directing Deadpool 3 for Marvel, which brings, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together.
Jackman.
What do you think? I mean, I got more on it, but it's all filler. But the whole bit is like, is Sean Levy going to be part of Star Wars or jumping into the Star Wars universe? Huh?
I can see it. I 100% can see him jumping in and doing something. But I mean, like, is it actually happening, or is this another Kathleen Kennedy? I'm announcing shit way too early and it falls through like 90% of the shit that she's announced. And Disney's been like, stop announcing shit.
I know, right? That's why this is in the rumor category, because I'm not going to believe it until Disney says this is going to happen.
Right.
Yeesh.
I think this could happen. What do you think, Forrest? Are we going to get Sean Levy as part of Star Wars?
Well, how many people are standing in line right now to direct a Star Wars movie? Seriously.
That is true.
Um,
Damon Lindelof, Charmin Obiad
yeah, I'm sorry. The tacos are off the table for this one.
Yes. I
Sorry.
love it.
They're off. They're off the table.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about this one because I know he does like Star Wars. I mean, look at what was that one? Adam Project the image that we have is from the Adam Project. He literally put a lightsaber in one of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't call it a lightsaber, but it's a lightsaber.
There's a lightsaber joke in it though.
Exactly. Yeah. So he's a fan of it. So if they asked him, I think he'd say yes.
Levy's a big nerd, man. I mean, look at all the Easter eggs in Free Guy. I mean, like,
True.
Look at all the stuff that's in there. He literally has a lightsaber in Free Guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Yeah. Will Sean Levy get a Star Wars movie? I think they'll give anybody with a director name that's willing to be part of Star Wars. I think they're going to be like, yes. You? Yes. Taika? Yes. Ryan Johnson? Yes.
The real question is Curtis Corona going to finally get a Star Wars film?
I know, right?
As much as he doesn't like Star Wars.
Yeah. Exactly.
Curtis Corona, if you missed it last week, of course, Curtis is a friend of ours who he's a visual effects director.
Oh, sweet.
Who worked on Stranger Things and Free Guy and has worked with Sean Levy and works frequently with Ryan Reynolds. And
worked on Logan.
He worked on
Stranger Things.
Phoenix.
Wow.
I said Stranger Things. Dark Phoenix. Okay, so if you ever hear us talk about we have a inside track for that X, Y, and Z movie is gonna suck, usually it's because Curtis Corona worked on it and he's like, it's terrible, don't watch it.
Jeez.
Like he worked on he worked on the first half of the Snake Eyes movie and did like the visual effects on it, and he ended up leaving the movie, and he told us like right before the movie came out, he's like, don't waste your money on that movie, dude, it sucked.
Jeez.
and then I looked at the reviews, and all the reviews said it sucked, and I was like, okay, so I trust whenever Curtis tells me something's trash, except for the fact that he hates Star Wars. But I mean,
and he's really bad at trivia. So I mean,
he's really good at trivia. James is really good at cheating.
I mean, you cheat, win. Sometimes it's the same category.
Yeah,
same column, same W.
It's okay, James. Whenever I say you cheat, all you have to do is say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Oh
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Speaking of, I wish I knew this because I'd be cheating all over the place. This next story, did you know Super Mario Brothers on the NES had like a cheat code to it?
I didn't know this, and when I read it, I was like, I don't know how real this is.
All right, so again, Nintendo Super Mario Brothers back in like 85 or whatever it is. Apparently, you're playing the game and you may die, but you've been playing on the hard mode the whole time, because if you got a game over, on your screen, game over, you had to hit start, and you would go back to like world 1-1, right, and start the game over. But I guess there was like a thing, if you were at the game over screen and you press and hold A and hit start, you would go back to the first level of the world you died on. So if you were on level like 5-3 and you died, game over, hit A, start, you would go back to World 5-1.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that would happen. Did you guys know that?
I
Is
did.
that real?
Yes.
You knew about this?
Yep.
Is it so it's real? It's real.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. I had
What?
no idea.
Why were you going back to 1-1 every time?
Yes.
Oh, you poor sons of bitch. Okay.
You just knew this out the like how do
Okay.
you
So,
know this?
okay. So here was the deal. Way back in the Elden times, when we all had old Nintendos, there were a handful of games where Nintendo Power didn't talk about it. Not a lot of people talked about it. People just got angry when they lost. Well, one of my friends discovered that if you held select A and B and press start, obviously it was just the A button, but we all pressed all the buttons, it would start you back at the world you're on, just not the level you're on. So we would hold like select A, B, and then press start, and it'd be like, yay, we died on 5-3, so now we're back at 5-1. Look how cool we are. But it was literally just the A button.
Son of a bitch.
I had
That's-
no idea.
And
I
that's
didn't
how
either.
you could actually do the same thing with the old game Adventure Island. Same thing, same concept there.
Oh my god! I was like, I grabbed this story. I'm like, I don't know if this is real, but I'm gonna throw it out there. It's real. I guess my tacos are on the table.
Tacos are definitely on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow! You know what's funny is that I I like video games, right? I don't play a ton, but like Mario, it brings like another like filter, like just goes away from my brain because I curse so much at the show. I'm like I get to the point where I'm like, I want to throw that controller. I don't know what brings it out of me, but like just not being able to like solve like a puzzle or game like this. Oh my god, I get so upset. My wife is literally like, don't play video games with me ever, and don't play them with the kids because your mouth is foul.
Guilty, sir.
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
it's not okay.
It is not even a little known secret that Super Mario Kart and Mario Party are the two single strongest destroyers of friendships everywhere.
Oh yeah, this is a well-known fact.
Exactly.
So Mario brings out the worst in us. We just don't like to talk about it.
Fights are gonna break out at that movie premiere. I'm just
Of
saying.
course it is.
Throwing it out there. Yeah, you know, whenever we play video games like at work, you know, like on our lunch breaks, and we're like, let's go play. I was like, nope, not gonna play. I don't want to, for that exact reason. Like, I don't want to lose and like throw the remote, you know, and crack somebody's Apple computer.
Mhm. Exactly.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that's real. God, I thought we were going to talk about it more and be like, is it real? Is it not real? And you're like, no, it's real.
No, it's a real thing. Okay, you're just like, son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
You guys are idiots. It's real. You guys literally wasted your childhood, but yeah, it's real. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's keep going. This last one's kind of weird. So, Momoa, Jason Momoa, you know, somebody was talking to him about, you know, DC and James Gunn coming on and Safran coming on, and he said, I think Peter Safran and Mr. Gunn at the helm now of DC. I'm very excited about it. There's a lot of cool things that are going to come up, and one of my dream come true will happen under their watch. So stay tuned, everybody. So it's like, all right, cool. What are you talking about? Jason Momoa. That's kind of cryptic, but I guess at the same time, James Gunn posted a pic of Lobo.
Yeah.
To whatever Twitter account or DC account that he had, was just like, wait a second. Are they talking about the same thing and they didn't realize that they were going to talk about it or post about it? So is Jason Momoa going to end up being Lobo in the new DCU? What do you guys think?
I don't
see.
I don't think he's going to be Lobo, but I mean, like, I think he's just excited that Lobo is going to get done.
You don't think he's gonna be Lobo?
No, because he's not going to play Lobo and Aquaman.
Why not?
I know. Well, I know because Chris Evans, he didn't play Captain America and the Human Torch. I mean, who does that?
But not in the same universe. Though. The Human Torch is not in the same universe as that version of Human Torch is not in the same universe as that version of Captain America.
I know. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it can be, right? We're living in one universe. It's a multiverse. Like, how many different Batmans do we have like right now, and we're all okay with it?
Yeah, but I'm saying like they're not going to do Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and then it'll be Jason Momoa as Lobo. Like, I mean, unless like they do Jason like Lobo in a different universe.
Coming soon to the CW, Lobo.
Lobo was in
Oh, that's good.
Lobo was in which car? He was in Krypton.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who played him though.
Yeah, the dude who played him was really skinny. He did not look the part at all.
Oh, that's weird. Well, there is a version of Lobo that was like super skinny, like young, like almost like a teenage Lobo.
Mhm.
Yeah, but anyway, so you don't think so? Are your tacos off the table?
That Momoa is gonna play
Yeah.
Lobo.
Lobo.
Yeah, and my tacos are off the table. That he's gonna play Lobo.
Fours, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to ride with my boy Phil on this. Tacos are off the table. I don't see it either.
What is going on with you guys? We're like fantasy casting things now.
Because
you guys are like, no.
Because he's already an amazing Aquaman. Like you're not gonna have him play two major characters like that in the same universe.
But it's all going to be a different universe sooner or later. It could be a different universe tomorrow, right? Like,
but they've already established that Aquaman is in that universe that he's making, so I don't see them doing that, dude.
I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say my tacos are on the table for this one, just because it's James Gunn, it's Jason Momoa. They're gonna do whatever they want to do, be like whatever's best for the story, and go forward. There's like no rules, no barriers anymore with them. So it's like whatever's. Hey, Jason, if you want to come play this character, do it. We'll figure out Aquaman later. Okay, good. Let's
The
go.
only way I see them doing it is if Lobo is full CG.
Which he very well could be.
So if they do like a full CG Lobo, then I can see Momoa doing the voice for him.
Maybe. I'm talking live action. Let's just stick with
But I'm saying in a live action version of Lobo, if they do a CG Lobo, like if Lobo ends up being how King Shark was, where he's the majority of him is a CG character, then I can see Momoa doing the voice because it's not it's not recognizable as like the same person playing the character.
Yeah, but that almost defeats the purpose of having Momoa be Lobo.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason I see Momoa being Lobo.
I say live action, big CG like that. What? What happened?
That guy. He'd be playing two characters in the DC universe.
Are you going to repeat what she's saying? Because
end of show intermission.
I know, right? Lobo. I'm going to pull up a picture of Lobo.
Lerber.
Is it Mamo or
So what Jackie said? Pay attention. Okay. What Jackie said is, if he plays both a villain and a hero in the same universe, he's putting a lot of energy into the DC universe, and that could be going towards other roles and other things that he could be doing.
Okay, I mean that's fair for
because then it's she's right on that. Like if you have Jason Momoa just playing two characters in DC, well now that's double the amount of movies that he has to play in.
Yeah, or he finds a way to like retire his version of Aquaman and move over to Lobo. So we'll see. I don't know, man. I feel like
she's playing devil's advocate. She said, on the other hand, eventually somebody's going to end up having to do that, where they play a character on each side, and maybe he's the first one to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
James's argument, Jackie, is that Jason Momoa is probably going to retire his version of Aquaman, and they're going to do a different Aquaman so he can play Lobo, like Ryan Reynolds did. Yeah, I don't think that's what they're going to do, because unlike the other versions of characters that have done that in the past. Blood on the door jam? What? Weird. Sorry. Unlike other characters in the past that have done that, everybody likes his version of Aquaman. And James Gunn has like expanded on that version of Aquaman, because Jason Momoa fits Lobo's character like 100%, like his attitude and the way he carries himself. Lobo is like the number one dude you would want to cast someone like Jason Momoa as.
It's like Patrick Stewart was the perfect Xavier. Could cast anybody else.
Exactly. Like you wouldn't want to cast anybody else as Xavier, because
Don't tell Giancarlo Esposito that.
Let's not go there.
Jackie, actually, he put pictures on the screen, so like that's Lobo, right? So if you
it would work. It would really work.
Yeah, if Momoa had no role in the DC, and you're like, what could you picture him doing? And you put up Lobo, like, oh, that's the guy he should play.
If he wasn't already playing Aquaman, then
Right.
he'd be the perfect Lobo. He is. He's a perfect fan cast of Lobo. And then I know that Momoa likes Lobo as a character to begin with. He said it from the very beginning. The thing is that
look, come on.
yeah, I mean he would be a great Lobo. He's built the same way Lobo's built. He looks the same way that Lobo looks. I mean, he looks like a dirty biker, and that's what Lobo looks like. So I mean, like,
oh, he's got the Patrick Stewart complex.
I mean, like, he fits the mold for Lobo. But what I'm saying is that he's already Aquaman. They're not gonna all of a sudden just say we're gonna recast Aquaman as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy like he is in the comics, just so that Jason Momoa can play Lobo.
Mm-hmm.
I say give it a shot. James Gunn, do whatever you're gonna do. Just give him the keys. He's got the keys. He can do whatever he wants. I'm into it. So I'm gonna leave my tacos on the table, and that's how we debate. And then when you win, you want tacos or do you want money?
Money's always nice.
Oh, money?
Yeah.
Well, when I win your money, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy some merch, people.
We got merch, people.
We got hats, $35 or 30 if you're gonna buy multiples. We got black, we got gray, we got baller black and galaxy gray. So if you want to buy multiples, like our boy Cam did, they're $30 each, and then we can ship it to you. Or if you want to buy one, $35 each. Shirts, we got shirts too. I think we got every size right now.
Yeah, because we got shirts, people.
We got shirts, people. So
we
from
got
like
shirts, people.
Like,
I'm just here to annoy James, guys.
Extra small to like 2X. They're $20 each, 25 if you got to ship it. Best thing to do, DM us on Instagram at Distance Learning. Let us know what you're interested in: hats, shirts, combos. If you want both, we'll make sure to hook you up and get you a deal. And then we also got stickers, people.
We got stickers, people.
So you get a free sticker pack with every shirt or hat that you buy. Or if you just want a sticker pack, just DM us and let us know, and we'll talk to you about it and get your address and all that good stuff, because we also got stickers, people.
Yeah, so if you want merch, guys, all you got to do is hit us up. Your favorite social media, we're there. I promise you, we are there. DM us. Let us know what you're interested in. I'll send it to you because we got merch, people.
Hitting it hard.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about these things that we do every Tuesday, like you're watching right now. Tuesdays, the download from 6:30 to 8:30, where we talk news and rumors and reviews when we have reviews. Now, of course, Thursdays we've got the build, ladies and gentlemen, from 6 to 8. celebrity interviews. I'm building Lego. Right now, we are building the R2D2 kit, and we are having a blast doing it. Now, this Thursday, we are bringing on Jackie Naaman Jones. So she rescheduled from last month, and she's coming on now. Jackie Naaman Jones from Manos, the Hand of Fates. And my boy, Graveyard from the... I always get the name wrong.
They mostly pod out at night. Mostly.
You have to do the voice in your brain first.
Yeah, that's exactly. They mostly pod at night.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Then you'll get it.
Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, on Thursday we've got that going on again. Graveyard coming on the show. We're gonna be doing that and having a whole bunch of fun. Then again, Mondays. Of course, I had to skip it yesterday because I was sick. But Mondays from 12 to 4, I do game streams. I play Cyberpunk. If you haven't been watching, Cyberpunk is it's ramping up every week that we play, and I learn more every time I get on. So hop on that. And of course, I do random streams over the week. You know, Gotham Knights, Modern Warfare 2, all that kind of stuff, guys. So catch us on Twitch from 12 to 4 on Mondays for game streams, and of course Tuesdays and Thursdays for the download and the build on YouTube and Twitch, your game of choice.
I like it. You know, we were talking about this, I think, last episode where it's like, all right, we got a show. We got games Monday, Tuesday's the show, Thursday's the build. And Kyber Cave stuff is all on the opposite days. So it's kind of funny how that all works out, that we have like our shows all staggered. So you can have like,
because your guys' game streams on Wednesdays, and then Fridays they have After Dark, and Sundays they have the regular Saber
Rattle.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. So you can have like 6 days of like nonstop distance learning Kyber Cave funness, and then on the last day, like go watch all Force's game streams. Just like binge them all. So this is perfect.
Hell yeah. Well, before we get out of here, Force, I need your pluggables, man. Tell everybody where to find you and what you're doing, buddy.
Oh my gosh, here we go. All right, so if you have any of these bad little pieces right here, maybe you got them from the Saber community, maybe you got them from Kyber Cave, maybe you got them from Dark Wolf, maybe you got them at a con, and you can change out the sound on it, chances are you probably can. You should go to forzfx.com and you can buy what is called a sound font. You can plug that into your Saber to change the sound on your Saber and really, really, really enjoy it. Also, support my fellow creators at saberfont.com. In addition, support my boy Harry Solo Fonts at harrysolofonts.com. He is an incredibly talented font maker who is up and coming. As far as the Kyber Cave is concerned, I'm not going to take 10 minutes and plug the entirety of the Kyber Cave, but I will say this. Every so often, I am dropping The Last of Us playthroughs on the Kyber Cave Gaming. Mr. and Mrs. Fours, it's apparently their show now, are doing this thing together. We're having a really great time. I just started a brand new gaming series with Graveyard, which is a retro gaming series. We're dropping Mega Man X. It is his show, but he brought me along for the ride. And tomorrow, Wednesday, you're going to find Mezzo first thing in the morning playing. I don't know what she's going to be playing, but it's going to be live. And then tomorrow night, Graveyard and I are going to start our live playthrough of Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on Switch. Wow. And that one is not going to be like, wow, Force sucks at this and he quits. We're going through the whole freaking thing. It's going to be every Wednesday night. We're going through until we're done with the game. And that is my online life.
Force is just like, rage quit. Oh,
bad. Oh, that's funny. Oh my gosh, so much going on. Like, how do we fit everything else into our lives? But so much goodness happening. So any night, tune in to Kyber Cave Productions. Tune in to Distance Nerding. Go hang out with Fours on. Is it on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
The streams. Oh my god!
Kyber Cave Production is on YouTube. Yes.
Awesome. All right. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post.
Now, guys, it's easy. All you got to do is go to distancenerding.com, and in the top left of the page, you'll see a little button right there that says buy us a taco. Guys, join the taco party. You can buy tacos. You can support Distance Nerding and everything that we do, so that way we can continue to churn out content and get you all of the newsy goodness and all the fun stuff that we do. Because, guys, we don't do this if it's not for you. We do everything for all of our nerds out there. And without your support, we're nothing. Without your viewership, we're nothing. And you guys are everything to us. So, shout outs to everybody that continually watches the show and supports us. We love you all. Guys, of course, wherever social media exists, Distance Nerding is there. You can find us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook Live. Well, not Facebook Live anymore. Facebook.
How about Mastodon?
Pterodactyl.
Triceratops.
Yeah. Stegosaurus.
Discord.
Oh my god.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. White Dragonzord. Discord. That's the other Zord that we have there. Everything all at Distance Nerding.
Thanks, and keep nerding together, everybody.
All right, here we go. It's time for the dance party. I'm ready for the dance party. Are you guys ready for the dance party?
Oh no, I'm
Freak
not.
yes, let's do
Never.
this.
All right. Oh, Forza's actually dancing. I like it. Joe Coy.
Joseph.
Joseph. Ay, putang ina
Distance
shit.
nerding.
Yes, that is Wade as a gamer.
He's moonwalking. Oh, nice autograph.
Yo, it's even nicer. JSA certified.
Wow.
Somebody who really loves me. I'll see you on Thursday.